It's an examination or a close-up of how the pelts are held on. Quite simply, there's a nut and bolt here that holds on the plumber's tape. You guys can see that, but there's plumber's tape across each and every pelt and heatsink. When we take this off, we can go ahead and lift out the pelts. Just to give you an idea of how it's all joined together. So if we take a close-up here, we can see that right here where the can is, we have a pelt, or TEC, and then on top of that we put the heatsink, like that, and then we put the plumber's tape over the top, like so, and then it's sealed with a bolt, like that. And that's how each one of these are done. There's 24 in total. So it's a very simple, very effective method. They don't slip or anything, they're held in firm. Now the reason these don't slip is because if we take a look at the inside of the can, you'll see a brace. And this brace keeps this nice and wide and sturdy, so that when you tighten the plumber's tape here, when it's tightened up, it doesn't cause a V to occur here or cause a gap. So when we have this brace right here, it keeps it steady and sturdy, and then by doing so, you have a very secure pelt that don't slip. Now some of them you'll notice like a screw, like here. I put a screw here. That's because sometimes the pelts will slip in here, even with all that securement. What we can do is just put a little bolt in here, as you can see, and then the bolt goes onto the side there and holds the pelts in. And another trick is to put a nut in the middle, because usually the ones in the middle are always the loosest. And if we take a close up here, you can see I screw this in, and then there's a bolt. You can see a bolt right here, and then there's another bolt under here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a bolt here, a nut here, and a nut here. And so that this is screwed down, and this secures the pelts in the middle. So that's pretty much about it. It's very simple, very sturdy, it's very rugged. It's designed for perfect outdoor use. And it's made simply with TEC's peltiers and the SuperCaps here, which are easily detachable once they're charged. It takes 3.5 hours to charge one of these. So overnight, you can charge 2 of these and get 5 volts with significant amperage. So it's an update on the peltery tower. 24 pelts altogether yields between 12 and 18 volts. And by the way, I put a diode coming out of the supercapacitor. Very important you put a diode in. Otherwise, when you charge it up, it will blow up the pelts. So remember to use a diode. I use a 2.7 volt diode to match the supercap.